DoorDash is tracking your driving, your accelerating, your brakes. What are they doing with that information? What is the app telling us about it? What you could do, what you've said about this in a community post. I'm going to get into that. Knowledge is power. But I need to warn you guys. Many of you will not like what I have to say, but I always have to give you my opinion. Welcome back to Mr.BetonYou. Let me put some screenshots here. I got a screen recording. I'll show you guys in a minute. I ended a dash yesterday in the afternoon, and I got this. It popped up. Never seen it. I had heard people talk about it. Never seen it before. So basically, DoorDash is tracking your driving. Now, I want to be very clear. You can opt out of this. I'm showing you guys that here. Opt out. So you won't get that information. Now, I don't know, honestly, I can't say if you opting out of that means that they're not tracking it, but I know that you won't get the information. It's what I opted out. I've had several dashes since then. I haven't gotten the information. But I can't say without a shadow of a doubt, like, okay, that means they're not tracking. They might be. I have no idea. But I'm going to get into a little bit of a rant at some point today about that and how to feel about it. But first off, if you voted on that community post and left a comment, I'll put a couple of good comments here. Let me know in the comment section. If you didn't, let me know what you think about this. Okay. We know that insurance companies like Progressive and other ones, they have that snapshot. I used to do it. You plug in a little thing or they could track it. They track it through your phone device now. We know that Apple is tracking us. You know that if you have an Amazon or an Echo or a Dot in your phone, it's tracking. If you got a smart TV, it's tracking. That's a whole, I'll get into that. But what do you think about DoorDash tracking? Let's pause. Tell me right now in the comment section. How do you feel about that? Is it an invasion of privacy? Some of you said that. Many of you guys did. Do you feel like it's not a big deal? Are you not surprised by it? Do you think that they're selling your data to insurance companies or whoever? It looks like they partnered with like the Safety Commission or something. All that stuff's in the app. I've already gonna put some screenshots here showing you telling you what DoorDash is telling us, right? Showing you what they're telling us. But for everybody that is like really up in arms about it, saying that this is really, really, really bad, it's bad, the world's coming to an end, this is the worst thing ever, we need legislation, politicians should be uproar about this, invasion of privacy, I'm not independent. That's your opinion, think it. I'm not here to judge. I'm going to play devil's advocate just for a second. A lot of you guys say DoorDash isn't a safe app. Uber, DoorDash, it's not safe. They send us stuff when we're in the middle of a route, we're driving, they're sending us things. These things are very true. But what's interesting is over the last year and a half, DoorDash has implemented safety features in the app. There's a check-in. They ask you if you feel safe. They tell customers to put porch lights on, remind them of things. You could link your account with somebody's phone number, that's your husband, your wife, your kid, so that they know where you're at. These are good, positive things, in my opinion. These are all good safety features that they put in. Isn't this one of them? And I know some of you will be like, Pedro's a shill. No, DoorDash did not ask me to make this video. I'm giving you my opinion. I'm going to challenge you guys. Some would say, not all, some would say, if you see, we all know how we drive. We don't need anybody. We don't need DoorDash holding our damn hand. Okay, let's be real here. But many dashers out there would see that and be like, "Ooh, DoorDash is maybe watching how I'm driving. You know what? I need to drive a little bit better." That would in return make the road safer. You're not going to speed. You're not going to brake. Like, you're making your car safer. You're driving it better. That's a positive. Nobody can debate me on that. This could help some dashers that want to utilize it. It is what it is. And if DoorDash is selling your information and giving it to an insurance company or the Department of Transportation, or they're using it for their analytics, whatever, they're telling us it's not going to go against your ratings or anything like that. It says that in the app. I believe that. You can think that that's not true. Some people are going to say, "Oh, you can get deactivated now." That's not. Let's not start spreading rumors and lies and falsehoods and fairy tales. DoorDash is telling you this is tracking it. You want to opt in, you want to opt out. You want to get this information? That's it. Let's stop making something bigger than it is. That's me playing the devil's advocate. I'll get into another rant on the other side in just a moment. Bear with me, okay? But what's the big deal? A lot of you guys just sign up your TOS. All the apps have TOS. I would challenge any individual to look at your TOS and see what other companies are tracking. Do it. I signed up for an app today. I signed up for a brand new app today, got onboarded, ready to go. I'm active on the app, and I haven't seen anything because it's past that time. It's a catering app. I'm sure they're tracking my movements. They're tracking things. Why is it we only give DoorDash crap for when they do something that is safe when we say we want more safety? It's interesting. That's me playing devil's advocate. Now let's talk about what this really could mean and what they might be doing with it. So now that I pissed some of you guys off, Pedro's a shill, he's working for DoorDash, I don't want to be tracked. You're being tracked every single moment. You're being tracked right now by YouTube and Google. You're being tracked by your phone. You're being tracked by your smart TV, your refrigerator. You're being tracked by everything around you, even without your consent. And even with your consent, because most of you guys signed a TOS, and the company said that they were going to be able to do that stuff. But most people don't read it. I know I don't, but I know it's in there. But everybody's going to be real big mad at me in this video. I don't care. I keep it real with you guys. I don't want you guys to I don't want us to just be mad because DoorDash is the big bad wolf and they're doing this and they're tracking this. Uber does the same thing. Okay. But to everybody that put in the comments, invasion of privacy, this is illegal. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to speak to that. But I understand why you would feel that way. I get it. Do I need DoorDash tracking how much I brake or how fast I accelerate and giving me that info? I do not need it. Do I think that they're going to sell that to an insurance company and then say, well, here's the information on Pedro Santiago in St. Louis, Missouri, up his insurance rates? I don't know. Could they be in cahoots with the insurance company and other people so that they have better information about our actual driving so that the insurance company will then charge us more based on our history? Sure. Is that good? I don't like that. I don't love that. I don't like that. But wouldn't it in return make the road safer if I knew somebody was tracking what I was doing? I don't love that, but I'm once again, I'm trying to be nuanced and measured and not just be emotionally mad about a stupid gig app company tracking my brakes. I really could care less. But wouldn't it make the roads a little bit safer? Listen, I know DoorDashers be out here whipping. We see them. I do it sometimes. I'm not the safest driver. But if somebody was holding me a little more accountable, whether it's an insurance company or whatever else, I don't want that. But it's a fact that would probably make the roads a little bit safer. The roads that my family drives on, that my daughter's on, that you're on. That's the benefit. Can't argue that. But I don't like that they're doing it. I also don't like, but I know I'm sure I signed up for it in TOS, that they tracked it without me even opting in to begin with. I was already being tracked. They sent me an alert and I opted out. And now I'm over it. But I don't like that they didn't send me some information via email or an alert popped up like they do with other things to where then I can make a decision. Do I want to do this or not? Because there's a safe dash check-in. I've done it. Now I opted out. There's cash on delivery. I did it. You opt out. Just opt out of stuff, guys. Let's stop worrying about it so much and being like it's the end of the world and this and that and my privacy. Your privacy is already being impacted. Let's not kid ourselves. DoorDash doing this is such a small thing compared to the other companies and apps and things that are being tracked based on what we do. I want you guys to think about that for a second. So if your invasion of privacy is that important to you, you probably shouldn't have a phone. You should have no smart devices. You shouldn't buy anything online. All these companies do it. And I don't care who you are or what company you think doesn't, they do it. They absolutely have your email. When you sign up for an app, they have your information. They have the state that you live in. They have where you bank. They have all that information. And if you think DoorDash is the only one doing it by your hard brakes and your acceleration, you're a goddamn fool. You guys always know I keep it a buck with y'all. I care about what y'all think, and I don't want to be rude and insensitive. And empathy is important to me. But I always will be the guy, one of the people in this community that will challenge us just to relax and look at things from a broader perspective and not just assume and not just feel like the world's coming to an end and this is the worst and DoorDash is the worst and Uber's the worst and Instacart's the worst and this app is the worst and these apps are doing this and we're doing this. Control what you can control. Make your money and go home to your family. Like, it's just, but I want to hear from y'all, because I know a lot of y'all are going to be in the comments, like, giving me the opinion, giving me a different perspective, maybe sharing things that I'm not aware of. I'm good with that. When I make these videos, it's not that I know everything. This is my opinion, my thought, my reaction to what happened to me in St. Louis and what you guys are talking about and how you responded. 60-something% of you guys said it was a big deal. 30-something% said it wasn't. So definitely most of you guys feel like you don't like it. It's a big deal that they're tracking your driving. But also enough of you, because there's 1,000 votes on there, said, not a big deal. I'm going to keep doing what I got to do. Feeling like you're not really going to be impacted either way. So you guys tell me, what are the long-term, short-term, good or bad, benefits, whatever. Opt out of it. Just opt out. I'll be the first to admit, when DoorDash does certain things, I give them praise. If they do something bad, I slam them. I'm balanced. Like, they do something, if they do something and it's not a big deal to me, I'll say it, my opinion, not a big deal. I'm not really concerned by it. Like, I know that that's how the world works right now. And if we want to run for politicians and be mayors and governors and president and try to implement things to where we're not being tracked, good luck. If that's the hill you want to die on, y'all go do it. I ain't going to be that guy. I got other things to worry about versus DoorDash worried about my brakes and my acceleration. I'll just opt out. I'll keep making my money. If the apps are that bad, if you don't like that DoorDash is doing these things, if you don't like that they're tracking it, if you think that your information is being sold, the only way you could protect yourself is to literally not do the app. Or you could sue them. You could sue them and say, I don't want you tracking my movement. I'm an independent contractor. You could do that. You got two options. Or I guess the third option. 1, you don't do DoorDash. 2, you sue them. 3, you turn off the app so then they can't track you. I think that's a pretty balanced video. I know some of y'all aren't going to like this. You're not going to like that. That's my take. That's my opinion. I played devil's advocate on both sides. I gave you the good, the bad. I showed you what DoorDash said about it. It is what it is. I don't care if they track my acceleration and my braking. Now, if the app, if they're video recording me and I get an alert from DoorDash and they're like, hey, we see that you're sitting in the Aldi parking lot. You just accepted that order. You're going to be a couple of minutes late. And they're like doing that through my phone. And they're looking at me. That's an issue. But I'm not naive enough to know that somebody isn't looking at me already because I got my camera on. It's an iPhone. I know that somebody can see me right now somewhere. The government's tapped it. Let me not get canceled on YouTube, okay? But I already kind of know that and almost expect it because of the device that we have. Now, if DoorDash starts doing that and they're like listening in on me through the DoorDash app, or if Uber or Instagram, and they're hearing what I'm saying and they're tracking my conversations and they're tracking like video of me and what I'm doing, that's more of an invasion of privacy than just them telling me I braked a little hard or I accelerated a little bit fast. These are, DoorDash is saying this is just safety. We want you to be safe on the road. It's not a big deal. I'm with the 39% or whatever it is. Not a big deal for me. If it is for you, I respect that that's your decision in that vote. Now that you have a little more information, and then you can look at it in your app, and now maybe I bet some of you you didn't know that you could opt out. Many of you guys did, but now you just opt out of it if it's an issue. If you want to reach out to DoorDash, email them and say, hey, I opted out, but are you still tracking me? Because I don't like that. Ask somebody. I don't know. You put it on Twitter, send an email. You can't call support, though. They're not going to have an answer for you. But do your due diligence so you can make a decision if you want to continue to work with an app that's going to track your driving or not. Point blank, period. Simple. If you want to sue them, get a lawyer, class action lawsuit. DoorDash was tracking my whatever. I feel some type of way about it. I don't like them tracking me. It's invasion of my privacy. I'm an independent contractor. Sue them. Try to get some money. I won't do that, but you can. That could be a route that some will take. I think a lot of people talk about legislation and this and suing and class action and These things do happen. These companies are held accountable and they do pay out millions of dollars for doing certain things that are bad. I don't know if this is one of them. Really not something it's not important to me. I'm going to be talking to DoorDash in 30 minutes. I'm going to talk to them about transparency, about lowering the pay. Why? We'll talk about a little bit about safety. I'll bring this up to see if she has any information on that. But I think there's other bigger issues. That's just my opinion. You guys let me know. This video is way longer than I want it to be. Y'all know I like to talk. If you're part of the 60-something% that thought this was a really big deal, hey, I'm not trying to change your mind. Just giving you my perspective. Not a big deal to me. If something changes and I find more information out, my vote might be different. My perspective might be different. You guys have a great weekend. And looking forward to giving you guys some content next week about the conversation, how it went, some of the responses. I didn't sign no NDAs. This is real lax. I don't have an affiliation with them. There's no partnership. I'm not getting paid by DoorDash. This is a conversation with a person, a representative from the Dasher relations community about counts, like somebody that cares about Dashers. That's her job role, and me. That's it. I'll report back my findings next week. I want to put this in at the end. Most of you guys might not see this. Some of you guys will. I just talked to DoorDash representative. That information isn't being sold. You can take that with a grain of salt. It's already there based on the GPS, based on the information that they have already, as far as your braking and your movements and things like that. That's what I was told. That information is not being sold. Take that for how you want it. You're hearing that from a DoorDash person. I literally just got off the phone. I want to put that little information at the end of the video. So for anybody that's thinking that that's happening, I'm being told it's not. If you like this video or others, check out this one here. Consider hitting subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.